Hi everyone, Alchemist Lion here, and we are chilling in Plankerton, and we are about to meme the crap out of husks yet again. Let's go take a look. So we're sitting here at home base, and I just finished a couple days ago doing the floor spikes, one trap schematic stonewood endurance. And I had the same thoughts in my head, but there was a comment that was made, or a question that was made, is can you do it with the other traps? And the wall spikes are relatively weak. So if you can do it with wall spikes, you could pretty much for sure do it with darts, dynamos, steel and electric fields, even drop traps. Stonewood, I think, is very easy to do a one trap schematic endurance, as long as you're following a similar pathing to how I had it set up with fail safes in case something breaks through somewhere. That being said, my mind, knowing this, was going instantly to can we do this in Plankerton? Can we do this in Canny? Canny, I think, would be a far-fetched stretch. I think my floating Canny really pushed the bounds. I think a reduced build, more so than even the 1200 structures I have currently, would be a next step, but I don't think the one-trap schematic is good in Canny. That being said, in Plankerton, it can definitely be done. I just finished it. And I used wall darts, and wall darts are probably the best trap to do this with because they have a great area of effect. They clear out every single husk in the game, and they have a large durability. So if any trap would work, I knew it would be wall darts, and it did. So what I'll do is I'll go through, I'll show you kind of a clip of the 30 waves. All right, let's take a look at this run. This is the trap we are using in this build. It is the wall dart, and I have it set up the crit way. It's probably not the best way for this challenge, however, it worked. Ultimately, I would probably throw a reload instead of having either the damage or a secondary crit damage on there, but I'm not sure what that would do at this stage, knowing that this works. The other thing I would look at is doing heals builds attached versus the increased building health, especially for when things did go off. It would have really helped in some areas. That being said, I mean, I still took no amp damage, so this worked. It just, if I was to customize it a little bit more, I would be looking at those rules to make this run a little better. Even alternating a reload and a crit, so on the sides of the walls, having one reload, one crit, would also be very good. So there's lots of ways to make this build better. This is my first run, my first full run, so, I haven't had time to modify it or improve it, and in all honesty, it's more about just doing the challenge and completing it. I don't know if I'd really want to perfect this style of build, just because I can already do Plankerton way better. I wanted to really challenge it with just the single trap, where Stonewood worked very well. I wanted to see if Plankerton could work too, and obviously it can. All right, wave one, we are at the Storm Shield, and of course it's hitting from the north, and we're going to see how this all works. So you can see already, there is a lot of darts here. I mean, a lot. And the whole point is, I mean, say a wall breaks, there's more darts in behind, and eventually I want them, like I have a path, but if they happen to break some walls, there's still darts hitting them from all over, so they're never not going to have a dart hitting them. And as much as I can, I have all four directions being attacked from. Not so much in the front, but as you go closer in, you'll notice, like, even from this point, there's four darts hitting them all over. Anytime they go over, anytime they move around, it's multiple darts all over the place. The biggest challenge from my first preliminary run is the fast little guys. They can move faster than the traps can activate, so you really got to get them on the verticals. One of the other things I could do is I could do these little short walls to make this run even smoother. However, I'm at 90 structures right now. I really overbuilt this. I mean, I still have structures. I can still build walls and stuff, but I'm very close. Like, I'll just do it here. Like, see, 90 structures. I'm very close to the limit, so I would not have enough structures to put walls like that everywhere. And at the same time, sure, the little guys get through, but they don't actually ever hit the amp, so I'm not overly worried about them. but it is something to keep an eye out. But I mean, wave one, this is going to be pretty straightforward. And again, anytime there's damage, I'm not really worried at this stage. My biggest worry is going to be around propanes. But so far from what I've seen, the propanes end up dying pretty early on. Same as smashers, anything that you think might cause problems, they die really quickly to the darts. As I said, it's the guys that can kind of run through that are really the big problems so far. But I mean, I've only gone up to about wave 14 so far with some of this, so yeah, we'll take a look and see how this goes. But this is wave one, pretty straightforward. Okay, so we have wave two just starting here. It's attacking from the south on our south amp, which is my A, and yeah, this is, you'll see, I mean, everything is darts. I'm hoping I didn't miss any traps from my old build, but you'll see I still have some unupgraded stuff. But again, I kind of like doing these things, and I kind of just jump the gun a bit. So, but yeah, so far, this is how it looks. I find these ways are probably easier. So again, it's the same thing. Anytime they walk, there's darts shooting them from all over, like every direction. So there's never a moment when they're not getting hit. And the key part with the runners is having things facing them, because they can't outrun that. They can outrun the sideways ones, but they can't outrun the straight line ones. So it's really about, normally this path was a straight line all the way to the amp, but I had to kind of like move it over and then move it back. And I put these little, like a little cube in their way that kind of will shoot them as they're running all around. And that's really the only adjustment I've made from the grounded only Plankerton, is that I've added these little bumps to their pathing to give a bit more of that vertical shot as well. And you'll notice the only thing really getting up, I mean, again, not a lot of big things are being spawned yet, but you won't notice a lot of the big guys getting through. It's always these little ones that can outrun everything. And then they hit to the amp rate from here. But yeah, you'll see, like, I pretty much attack them anywhere I possibly can with a dart. I mean, when you only got one trap, you got to use it to its maximum potential. Alright, so now we're at the northeast amp, and it's coming from the north, so I'm just standing kind of up at the cliffs, just watching them go through. And this one, I kind of kept the pathing. I added a few things at the front here, but I'm hoping this will all go good. This one's probably the most direct pathing. However, I do have a lot of forward-facing darts and long tunnels, so I'm hoping that the darts will activate and kill them as they're going through. But this is how I have this set up, and what we'll do is I'll just kind of go through quickly. So we have darts hitting them over here. I have fail safes too. If they break stuff, there's more darts in behind a lot of this as well, just to give myself the best chance in case anything gets destroyed. And then once they get up here, they're getting hit with, again, darts pretty much anywhere you can possibly look. It's multiple dart directions. And then once they get around here, they have to walk around, and no matter how they're walking around, it's still triggering lots of darts before they can actually get to the amp itself. Okay, wave 4. We are in the southwest corner here, and this is the account that I have, like the two amps close side by side up here, but we're dealing with the furthest southwest one, and they're spawning in from the west. And we're just going to take a look and see what they do here. One of the things is I haven't really tested this lobber shield and all that out yet, so I'm really hoping that that is effective enough to work. Because I don't really use lobber shields a lot anymore, so kind of getting back into using them is a bit odd, because I can't use my anti-airs. Where this is only darts, you know, pretty limited in what you have to use. So I'm trying to use all the building strategies possible to really make sure they're pathing right and getting killed by the darts as I would like them to be. So in this one, you'll notice right here, they're really trying to path this way. And again, anywhere they're going, I'm really trying to hit them with as much darts as possible. And this clear path, this main dart, is really doing a lot of the work. And then as they go around, they have to go around. This is a perfect example of that cube. This used to be a straight path, and then I had to add that little cube in the middle to really make sure they walk around. And if they do happen to break this wall, I have everything fail-safed behind here. Like so. Okay, so we're coming up to wave 5 here, and I'm shooting the UFO. I don't know, the AFK and the UFO, I've already done it. I have a video on it, so it's not a big deal for me. This probably would do it in all honesty. It follows a very similar pattern or formula with the fail-safes that my base that I AFK'd the UFO does. It's just because I'm trying to record this and it's a challenge, I don't want to have the UFO just kind of thwart everything and break it right away. I'll probably play with that a little later on just to see if it does AFK, but when you take a look, say the AFK blew up something, there's still a bunch of darts hitting them from all over, so I don't really know if it would have the drastic impact in clearing everything out. I mean, I'd probably have to reinforce, add a few more walls back here, for example, but, you know, it is possible. It just, I'm really not focused on AFK and the UFO at this point. There's other builds that you can do to do that. This is purely for the challenge, and in all honesty, shooting the UFO is not a big deal. I mean, wave 5 is not that far in, so to shoot it down is not bad. And let's see, oh, there it is. Boom. But yeah, so you'll notice I kind of walked through the tunnel. I didn't really explain it. I was more explaining my unconcerned about shooting UFO, but you'll notice, again, it's darts everywhere. And then if something breaks, there's darts behind the darts. And that's just, yeah, it's the same strategy. I mean, one trap, I said it last time I did this, one trap, you know, it's hard to keep explaining the same thing over and over again. Basically, you throw up darts and shoot them, but it's keeping the pathing. I really like the spawn of this with the AFK UFO, so I just did that. And the UFO amps, because I've had such a good experience in AFKing them before, I really know what to do with this amp, and that's, you know, the spawn area killing here is really what's key. Oops. I just don't know my own maze, that's all. But yeah, this is Wave 5, War Games. UFO is going to pop up again. There we go. And yeah, they're basically all dying in here. I think they get right to the entranceway of the tunnel and then they're gone, at least for now. But again, there's just, the main thing is keep the path open and make it so they have to constantly shift around so that they're getting hit by darts from all over. And, you know, as anywhere you can, have it being hit on all 4 sides. But this path is pretty straightforward. And again, instead of having the straight path to the amp, I just kept staggering it so that they have to keep getting hit from all 4 sides, and there's not like a straight path where they're not being hit. So we were back at the northeast amp, but this time we're being hit from the east, so a little different. And again, I'm using the same path as the grounded one. So there's 3 pathways mainly. There's this one down here, which again, I added this little like kind of indent. So they have to walk back and around and up again. And then this indent here, so they have to walk around and over again. And it's basically just to get these vertical hits on a lot of the smaller husks, like so. So this is path 1. And then they have to walk all the way up here. See darts in behind, all the way around to get to the amp. Path 2, we'll go take a look at that. Oh, and somebody's hitting over there. I brought somebody over. This is the main path. So they go here, they walk around. Again, I didn't make it completely straight, but now this one is fairly long straight away. But I divert them over and then get them here. So this is probably the second most straight path they have, but it seems to be doing its job. And then the last path is if they manage to divert up over here and they want to walk up this way. So we'll look at their spawn. You see, sometimes they come up this ramp and they walk up here. And you notice there was propanes and stuff, but there's not a lot breaking. If you look at the mini-map, not a lot of orange being lit up, just because the darts hit them so fast and so hard that they usually die before they even take too much damage to throw. So it's kind of helpful. I was worried that propane was going to be a major issue on this base. Even smashers, which is why I have all this reinforced with extra darts. However, it seems that they're not the biggest issue on this, which is kind of funny. Alright, so wave 7's hitting, and we're at the southwest amp again. This time we're getting hit by the south. So lots of variations in the spawns, which is nice. And we'll kind of take a look at how this is going. This one I'm a little worried about flingers, because my lobber shield's not the greatest. However, anywhere they're throwing, I do have lots of darts hitting them. And flingers are a little weak when it comes to the darts, so I'm hoping that they do take care of them. And again, I don't have things upgraded. I mean, I'm just jumping the gun on this a lot. You'll notice they're all wanting to walk in here. And again, the strategy is I'm just using that grounded pathing. I took away all the floors. There's no ceilings, and it's just all darts. Everything is reinforced in case things do get broken. There's more darts in behind. And again, I'm just trying to hit them with as much darts as possible. Okay, now we're getting hit from the south again. First mini-boss one, which it died instantly. That's kind of funny. So wave 8 from the south. And as I said, we've seen this one already, so it's not a big deal to have to go over, but just kind of show a little bit of clips here just to show it kind of working. I find from 8 to like 23 now, it's all kind of just the same. I mean, war games and stuff, so I'll probably not do as much detailed clips, but I'll just show it working. See how close. Ooh, that was a bad propane. He got far. He got all the way up here. And that's it. I don't have heals builds attached. I still have increased builds health on these. All honesty, probably wanted to do heals builds, but I was just running with the traps I had. I wasn't trying to do anything new. That was a propane, and he got gone. Is this a propane wave? Let's see. Oh, there's lots of propane, so maybe. I don't think it's as... Oh yeah, there's lots of propane. So yeah, this is a propane wave. So this is one of the big tests. This is an early level propane wave, but still. It's nice to see not that much. There was only that one explosion, really. Oh, it looks like two. Two explosions so far. But again, if they do break something, there is stuff in behind. Let's take a look at this one. Oh, this one. I didn't have my reinforcements. Yeah, I still have some traps that I haven't done yet. But that's all good. Like this one, for example, here. Oh yeah, I don't have my traps here either. Interesting. Well, that might hinder some things. I have them back here, but what's that going to do if these ones aren't here? Not much. All right. Well, that's wave 8. All right, wave 9, and we are back at the north spawn of this northeast amp. I'll just show the map right up there. And we've already kind of seen this, so not a whole lot to discuss or show here. More so just showing it working. Or hopefully working, I should say. But yeah, so far so good. Alright, now we're back at this southwest amp, and it's anomalies. So anomalies aren't going to have too much impact on anything. It's kind of like a funny war games. It's more just if you're fighting just to be a nuisance so you can't be hovering around. You'll notice this amp, my second southwest amp, this isn't a normal configuration. This account was a pretty early on account, so the amps weren't solidly, I guess, established, and you could set pretty much any configuration you wanted at one stage. So I picked the two hill ones for a strategic purpose. Endurance didn't exist, so it wasn't a big deal. Because Endurance has certain set waves and certain parameters, it does not like these two amps selected together. And anytime it spawns from the north, it kind of will glitch out. And the west spawn is the only real normal spawn that it will have. And even then, I find it's very sparse. It doesn't like selecting this amp. So hopefully we will get to see a few spawns with it, but right now we're getting hit with this one again, and you'll notice this one gets hit primarily the most, more so than this one right here. But it's kind of fun to see. But yeah, anomalies, like I said, they're not going to have too much of an impact, so this isn't a big deal. Alright, I said it wasn't getting hit very much, and then look, wave 11, we get hit with it. So we're at the secondary southwest amp. And this one is being hit from the west. So it's not the fun spawn that comes from the north, but it is the west spawn, which basically hits almost the exact same spot as the other amp's west spawn. It's just down in that little area right there versus kind of spread from here all the way across, which you can see the loot drop still from before. So this spawn, I like this spawn because it's all concentrated in this one little area. Now this is a taker wave, so just so I'm not going to die, I'll go up and kind of hang out. But yeah, like look at the Smasher, he'll go in and then pretty much vaporize pretty quickly. Like they don't get a chance to do much damage at all. Same as the propane. By the time the propane even starts to think to throw, it's getting obliterated by the darts. So it's kind of nice. This is actually a good little viewpoint here. Seeing it work. But yeah, this is the fun secondary southwest spawn that I have. And this is coming from the west. We'll just watch another Smasher just get totally annihilated. The takers, it looks like they were all huddling there at the front wondering what the heck to do. But yeah, I won't say on this one too much. This one's pretty straightforward. But yeah, that's the west spawn for this amp. Alright, so we have the weird spawn now coming from the north, and it basically just does a 360 spin. This is what I'm worried about. They're spawning on the roof. Like, that is not normal. I don't like that at all. I was not prepared for that. So that is definitely something that I will have to figure out, because the spawn is so weird that it's now just kind of spawning up here. And I don't know if you know this, but it's basically a direct path right to the amp. Nothing's stopping it. So that's different. I almost feel like I need to do something quick here. I don't want to lose because of that oddity. They're supposed to spawn on the ground, not on your builds. So there. Let's do that. So you'll see how I kind of figure things out on the fly sometimes. And let's see, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, this is brutal. All right, so that's all I'm going to do there. I'm just going to keep that in my recording. I mean, technically it's not fighting, but yeah, that is just odd. I have not seen them spawn on builds before. I mean, this one's a floating spawn. Like, really? Why would they spawn there? Yeah, stuff I don't plan for, but yeah. A few builds, I don't think it's a big deal. Maybe even just to really solidify this. But let's take a look at this, because this is so, like, this is probably the most bizarre spawn ever. So it's supposed to be from the north. Normally there's a spawn here too, so it really glitched out today. It didn't do anything over here. Instead, if you take a look at the map, it did all down here. So they come up over here and they walk back over this way to the west spawn. And then kind of all across over here. And then, of course, as you've seen, they spawn up here. Normally, the spawn is on the ground over here. I know sometimes, yeah, they spawn in here, which is super awesome. Oop, I gotta get my bearings. There we go. Okay, so yeah, it spawns usually down there, but for some reason, it wanted to spawn on the roof. Yeah, I have not had that happen before. But yeah, so yeah, there's roof spawns now. And they just normally walk through all the tunnels, but instead they're just walking along the roof now. But the good thing about this spawn is they don't spawn in large numbers. So I guess I have that going for me. Yeah, these ones are just dropping down. I did take account for that, so when they drop down here, if they walk over, this is where they want to go up. And so we have darts right here. Coming up this way. I just wasn't counting on the roof spawns, but that's not a big deal. That's easy enough to deal with, as you've seen what I've done here. And that's probably all. I'll just add to the build afterwards, just so I'm protected in case this weird stuff happens again. But yeah, that was the weird ass spawn of Wave 12. So now we've gone to the southeast spawn. This is the UFO amp. This is getting attacked from the east now, so it's another different one. But again, I have this all set up and built as if I was going to be AFK in the UFO almost. I used the spawn darts that I had in my old build, and then I just used the normal pathing of that grounded endurance space and just walking them through. And again, I added these little nubs, like this little indent, so they have to kind of divert around. So instead of it just being a straight path, I've made it where they have to kind of maneuver around, so they're getting hit with more of these vertical darts versus the horizontal ones, especially for those little guys. And then if they do manage to get to this spot, down here, I mean, the ramps, same sort of setup, and then if anything does break them, I have backups in behind. And then they get down here, and again, getting hit with as many darts as possible, and then they go over here again, getting hit with many darts as possible before they get to the amp, which my hope is they never do. Alright, so we have wave 14 starting, and it's the south amp getting hit from the south again. So yeah, like I said, these ones, they start to get a little bit more repetitive once we see all the spawns, and I think we've seen all of them now. So now it's just a matter of seeing it go through. This is another, looks like semi-propane wave. Let me just take a look and see here. No, not so much. More just your standard one. I just saw a few propanes there, but yeah, this is wave 13. So this one should be pretty straightforward. A little bit of damage coming up here. Durability, we're kind of getting down, but it's at a good pace, so I'm not too worried. And again, this is the front end. Once we get up here, I mean, this one's still quite a good amount. This one here is still quite a good amount. So it's not a big issue. As long as the little guys aren't getting through, that's the main thing. All the other stuff is getting obliterated quite quickly. Like, see? Just like that. And wave 15, we have attacking from the east, and we're in the northeast amp here. So I think this is the second time we've seen this. And it has those 3 paths. This one should be pretty straightforward too. Not a whole lot here to contend with. Just trying to take a look and see what's spawning in. A few propaners and stuff, but aside from a few explosions, they haven't had too many issue-causing things done. This is all pretty, should all be pretty straightforward. Again, see the little guys, it's really what's getting through is the little ones. But even then, they're not getting really that close when you think about it. I mean, we're still like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiles away. And wave 16 is starting, and we are here in the southwest again. This time at the proper amp. Now those weird spawns on the roof that broke the tiles have opened up some areas to throw from, but they're kind of in weird spots, so that shouldn't break too much of my configurations. And overall this should be pretty straightforward. Let me just take a look and see what's spawning in. Take a look here, wave 15. A lot of huskies and stuff like that. Nothing too major. Nothing to be worried about. So there's lots of smashers coming on this one. But again, they're all dying. Yeah, it looks like there's quite a few smashers being spawned in. But yeah, this one's still going really good. I just wanted to kind of click in just to show, kind of towards the later end, how it's all going up. But we're doing pretty good so far. All right, now I forgot about this. So the tornado actually hits my UFO amp on this base. It does not hit the amps over there where the normal war games would hit, simply due to that weird double amp configuration. So the tornado is actually going to go through here. Now this is where I have a lot of ceilings just for my lobber shields and stuff. So I'm not quite sure how this will play out. I mean, I know that the tornado won't damage any of the traps really. It's just mainly making sure, hoping that everything just kind of stays up and together. But otherwise, this is pretty straightforward. This, again, this amp is really beefed up, so I have no doubts this will still be a success. I just wanted to go back. The tornado did break one piece. It just kind of hovered over there until it was broken, I found. I think the husks are controlling it or something, because, yeah, it really just wanted that one piece so bad. Oh, two pieces now. Yeah, so right here is gone, and right here. I mean, there's hope. I'm not going to add or build onto that where that would have been gone normally. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to place darts if I like missed a spot or something, but actual damage, I'm trying not to actually correct on this. I really just want to fully test it out. At this stage, if it doesn't work, adding floors and doing supercharged traps might be an option, but I really didn't think I needed it here. I definitely needed it in Stonewood just because I was using floor spikes, which is probably one of the weaker damaging traps, but good for slowing them down. And having the supercharge just kind of helps beef them up a bit. But on this, with the darts being as strong as they are, it wasn't necessary. But here we are. We're going to be starting wave 18, so I'll just let you go. Alright, so we have the northeast amp here being hit from the east. And, I mean, we've seen this lots. I mean, these amps get hit all the time now, so let's just take a look at the spawn. See how that's going. And this one's a pretty basic wave, it looks like. Nothing too dangerous is spawning in. And this is nice. We have Storm Shield now hitting on wave 9. Oh, 18. Oh, I hate. Okay, so another thing about this is it glitches out. So it says wave 19, but then it says wave 18. So I'm pretty sure it's wave 19 now, and I just lost track somewhere. But that's another part of having that glitched amp, is it just kind of weirds out on me. But here we have Storm Shield on whatever wave we're actually on. So we're around the halfway mark now, especially if it actually is wave 19. We're about halfway now. And we have the flingers. The flingers aren't even an issue. As long as lobber shields are set up, they die really quick to the darts. So they're not even a problem. And this is going pretty straightforward. Again, like you can see, like there's so much for them to like get through. The little guys get ahead, but again, the little guys, I mean, they're all like they die at the same kind of spot every time. So as long as the traps up front aren't wearing out, well, even if they are, the little guys still have the same distance because they're skipping a lot of the traps. They're being hit from the same traps that they get caught on every time. And the big guys just aren't even getting into the tunnels. So yeah, like I said, it's really backwards. It's a lot different than what I was expecting to see. Yeah, but kind of cool to see a dart-only endurance. And seeing how the dynamics work with it. My one demo wall there. But yeah. Wave 18 from Storm Shield, and it is going smoothly, which is what we like to see. Alright, so we're at the south amp being attacked from the south again, and because I saw this, I'm just going to correct it now. Kind of like the other ones, I'm not repairing or doing anything to adjust what they've already done. I'm just kind of filling in the holes that I missed, because that will probably be a vital piece, having these darts over here, because these are going to break soon, and I don't want to lose it just because I didn't trap something. And I have 90 builds left, so I still have the ability to have these traps placed so that I'm not losing out. And this is a smasher wave, so it's kind of good to have that set up. So here we are getting hit from the south. And I think because it's a bunch of smashers, we might actually see some damage this wave. I say 19, it might be wave 20. I always get caught up once it does that little switch. I'll probably be able to play it back and see in the recording where it doubled up on the numbers, but yeah, this is Smasher Wave, and this is fun. Seems to be doing pretty good so far. Like you see, they die pretty quickly on. The only thing that they're getting through is when the darts reload, but not a big issue. I like this. I think this is the wave that kind of causes people a lot of grief. So it's kind of cool to see that the darts just take care of it with ease. Yeah, you'll see not a lot is getting passed up there, although once they do, I mean, there's not a lot of tiles left to get to the actual amp. This amp also gets hit a lot, so the durability can be issues, but I'm pretty good on the durability with this account, so. They're just dying over and over again. Even the nurse husks can't do anything. That's another thing. The darts just, they clear out so much of the problematic things that when you do dart only, from what I've been seeing, is it takes care of a lot of the problems for you. And there's very little left. It's almost, would be cool to see an inverted one where you do a lot of like the littler kills at the end, and then a lot of the higher kills like darts and stuff at the beginning to get rid of things. I don't know. Yeah, when they spawn in like 6 at a time, some are getting close to the back now, but they're still not doing much. I'm just kind of staying up top and letting them do their thing. And little guys can't piggyback off them because the darts kind of take care of that. Oh, yeah, see. So kind of good I did that because, or glad I did that because that dart wasn't there before, and that team propane just blew that right up. Don't know how he managed to get that far, but that's another shoot a quam out. All right. So they are definitely getting closer with reloads and stuff, and the aggression of just smasher after smasher after smasher. But in all honesty, it's a little less damage than I was expecting. And they are still diverting around. They didn't break that piece out, which I thought might happen. So many smashers dying. Not too bad. And see, that's the main one. This little like bump out here, that's the one I don't want them to break, because that's really doing a big number here. Having them move over that one tile makes a big difference on this. Okay. So overall, a pretty good wave. But yeah, that's the South Amp getting hit on the Smasher wave. And yeah, many Smashers have died in the making of this video. So it says wave 21 starting. We're here at the northeast amp, and it's getting hit from the north again. And then you notice, see, wave 21, wave 20. It doesn't know how to... that dual amp up there really messes with it. But I'm pretty sure this is wave 21 if my memory serves me right. And yeah, we're getting hit from the north, and I really don't anticipate many problems with this. This is a pretty straightforward amp hit. I really like looking at it from over here on the cliffside and just kind of seeing them walk through. I find this is a great view for this amp. You just kind of see what they're going through, and yeah, they don't get very far before they're dying. Even with that straight path, it's kind of nice. Who would have thunk? Dart only in Plankerton Endurance. Oh man, Epic, just give us back the traps. Well, I have to say, if Epic didn't do the crowd control, I don't know if I would have really challenged myself to really stretch what you can do with the traps like I have. So kind of working, but I would definitely like to play with recycling again and doing stuff with the traps without having that crowd control function to them, because you know it's not in the game anywhere that that actually exists. It's only if you're following their posts that you know even about it. So it's kind of mean to players who aren't fully into the communities to have these hidden dynamics to their game. It'd be a lot cooler just to have the full flexibility of the traps again. That's all. But as of right now, even with one trap, Stonewood and Plankerton are kind of funny. And yeah, you'll see, like, number-wise, they haven't even got to this spot. Not even got to this spot. 3 husks have got to this spot, but 3 husks have got to this spot. None have gotten right here. So it just shows you just how deadly darts can be. So yeah, wave 21 from the north. Alright, so we have wave 22 kicking in, and it is spawning from the west on this southwest build. And I still have my tier 1 brick up here for that weird spawn that spawned on my roofs, but that was from the other southwest imp that I have, just because this account is a bit wonky and I have strange amp setups that you can't do anymore, but we're doing the best with it and making it work. And right now we're doing the dart only thing, and I mean this build we've already shown several times now, and I mean it's really holding its own. They basically just want to walk straight through here. Now let's take a look at the durability check here. So 113 still out of 129, 116. This dart's being used the most, and that still has 78 uses. I mean, we're doing really good on this. This is working way better than I actually originally anticipated. Yeah, I thought, you know, there'd at least be some amp damage or something going on, but right now this is going really good. Ooh, where are you hitting? Oh, that didn't clear out anything important. This tile right here. That's funny. Alright. Yeah, see, the smashers, they don't even get the furthest. That's kind of funny. Alright, so, I mean, not too bad so far. I mean, knock on brick. Meteor shower. So yeah, so far Space Rock's not the big old hindrance that it usually would be. Even without the anti-airs. I mean, it's taking a little bit more damage, especially, you know, with the tornado already rampage through here and stuff. But we have enough darts and pathing that I think we're good. I mean, the roof, the Space Rocks isn't even going over here. It's kind of more towards, like, from this point onwards, and the husks aren't even really getting to this spot. So, I mean, let it rain, I guess. This is how you flex on husks. Yeah, so it looks like another straightforward wave, so nice. I'll take it. Big guy can't even get close. Oh, okay, we have the nice spawn of the fun amp up here. So the secondary southwest amp, and yeah, it's the nice calm west spawn that's all kind of tucked away nicely in that little area, so this should be pretty straightforward. We have some flingers, some mist monsters, but yeah, they're dying pretty fast. And see, that flinger didn't even want to go the main way. He's trying to go up a different way. Where is he going? Let's just follow this guy for a little bit. Well, that was a quick path to death, dude. Alright. Go up here. Yeah, this is going to definitely not be a problem. And these spawn ones probably get the most action. And we have about 36 durability left, but now let's take a look at the durability check here. So 124, so only 20 husks have gotten here. We get up one tier, 133, so 15. We get up here, there's only 6. Up here, we got 3, the one that was following me. And then when we get up here, none. So at this spot, no husks have made it this far yet. Yeah, no husks have hit this ramp. Oh no, one husk hit the ramp. But no one's hit up here. Not too bad. Alright, so wave 26 is about to start, and we're getting hit from this south amp again. And there's only one direction, so that's where they're coming from the south. And I mean, this one held the smasher wave up, so it should be no issues at all with these smaller husks. We do have a few propanes coming in and such, but I think this will be pretty decent. This one has probably had the closest that husks have made it. We had 5 here. We've even had 3 husks right here. So the fact that it's not taking damage is kind of nice. They haven't walked around to try to get to the terminal on this side, nor on this side. So right here is kind of where a few husks have made it. So, you know, we might see amp damage here, but I'm kind of hopeful we won't. So we're on wave 27, so 4 more to go, and we're getting hit from the north on the northeast amp, which I do not mind at all. Hit this amp all you like, because they do not get through here one bit. I mean, we have already did a durability check here, but yeah, they're not even getting up to this spot. I'm pretty sure, yeah, not here, not here. It's basically right here is the closest they've gotten so far, so this amp is more than safe. I'm not worried about this one at all. And yeah, everything's going very smoothly here. They haven't even broken anything here, really. This is all still fully intact. I'll go away so that propane doesn't get triggered by me. Kind of walking behind here. Yeah, this is going really nice. Alright, final 3 waves, and we have our southwest amp getting hit with safety zone. So this is supposed to be the War Games amp, but really it's just the anomalies as well as the safety zone that gets hit here, because everything else goes with the UFO. And that's, I think, a little weird because that's not how my other accounts work, but yeah. This also isn't... this is my alt account, so my heals are a little more sparse on this because I'm not actually getting the kills. Oh, mini boss is coming through. Let's see what his is. Shield breaker, explosive nature, and tank. So we're just going to leave him alone and see what damage he can do. But at the same time, our main thing is just yeah, covering the amp. So everything is still going good. This one they do get a little closer on. So this one I might be a little more worried. If it wasn't for the fact they're probably going to attack the shields. They want to break the shields in this one, so that might save me here if they do manage to get through. Which, I mean, even at this point, very little's actually gotten up to this spot, but he's breaking all those back darts. If anything does get past, that mini-boss is not helping me right now. Not at all. But the good thing is, I find with War Games modifiers, the husk spawns are a little less aggressive. So I'm hoping that works in my favor here, and we can still get this through. Because it would kind of suck losing, you know, wave 28 on this. But yeah, I'll just let him keep smacking. He's doing his thing. It'd be nice if the darts killed him. Very nice if the darts killed him, but I think he's pretty tough. The fact that he's the tank is not very nice. He's also corrosive, so of course my builds love that. But yeah, see, like the husks, they're getting to the top part of that ramp, but that's about it. But yeah, that one is really close. Again, I'm hoping they go for the shield. I'm pretty sure they're set to go to the shields first, so this should be pretty good still. Let's see where he's at now. Oh, he's almost dead. Let's go. Come over here and come into my trap. He broke the tree. Oh, and he just dropped down. That was a really weird move of his. But I'll take it. There we go. Do I need any of that? Probably not. Alright, so mini-boss has gone, which is nice. So now it's just a matter of dealing with the husks. And yeah, they're pretty much getting to this spot and dying, so I think we're good. But wave 28 going smoothly. 2 waves left. Time to flex on them. Alright, wave 29 is starting, and we have the fun amp again. My amp E, the secondary southwest amp, getting hit from the west, so not even the weird spawn, so this should be pretty decent. Again, it's kind of like my cross spawn of Plankerton, just because they're both spawning from the same spot, both amps. However, not a lot was getting through. I think that no one got reached this point until like right now. So that's good. And see, he's missing all the darts. Like, so many darts were hitting there, and he just avoided all of them. And that's the problem with the little guys. But yeah, I mean, this is the final wave, so if they're getting close, I mean, that's decent. As long as they're not damaging it like crazy. I'll kind of just stay up here. As I say that, I hop over and go to spawn. But you'll notice there's a lot of spawn traps gone now. And again, the only time I was putting traps down is if it missed a spot. I'm not going to replace traps on areas that have worn out due to durability. I'm just going to kind of let the whole base do its thing and see how far it gets. Which, us being on wave 29 right now, it's gotten pretty far. And at this stage, I'm pretty much just recording the whole thing because why not? When it gets to the end, I find I kind of like to see it in full. See it to fruition. And I'm pretty sure wave 30 hits that southwest amp again. That's been hit a lot, so that would be my only concern, is if it does get hit again, that the durability isn't completely just gone because of how much this amp's been hit. Especially from the south, where we just got hit. Although even at the front, we still have a bit of durability left, so that is a good sign. But you'll notice I lost my piece that was here, shooting up, and that's really key. Those vertical pieces are really key, especially for the fast guys. So up here would really be my fast guy clear out spot, so it could get a little dicey. See, I'm not even paying attention to this side, really. More speculation about the other side, so yeah. I mean, this looks going good. I mean, if there's damage or anything like that, I'll restart the recording, but otherwise, I mean, this looks like it's all going smooth sailing. So I'll just do the final minute. There is some husk here that just happened to like spawn through, where she like got up and then diverted under. Not quite sure why, but aside from her, there hasn't been too much activity here since I left. There was a propane that threw at this wall, but I already had this one set up to be a backup, so yeah, that wasn't doing much. But yeah, that was basically it. So wave 29 went rather smoothly. Now the big concern is the final wave, and I mean, I'm fairly certain it hits here, if I remember correctly. This one has some weird spawns, so it always throws me off. Like, I completely forgot about Space Rocks and Tornado not hitting the normal amp. So, yeah, this is going to be fun wave 30, I think. So yeah, 29 done. And I was wrong. Wave 30 here. It is that weird 360 spawn again. So it's kind of fun because it spreads it all out and over the place. Now it does look like, because it broke, that the spawns are actually at their proper spots now instead of on the roof, which is nice. I'm not going to lie, having them on the roof kind of sucked. But that being said, I mean, this is all set up pretty decently, especially for the lighter traffic. So let's just go over here. This is kind of fun. I always thought it was the other side, but it's this amp on this space that gets hit with wave 30. So we're kind of getting a double dip here. That mini boss should be fun. Yeah, it's already dying. Let's just take a look at it. Watch it do its thing. I don't want to change its course too much. And it's done. So that was the mini boss gone. Now let's go down here, because I like to see this. Weird part is, on this build, so when I had it all open and ground only, they spawned down here a lot when it was the north spawn. That causes this whole weird glitch. But this game, they've never spawned down here once. So this whole pathing did nothing. Same as over here. They didn't path and come over this way at all. Up here, this whole path was completely redundant. The ones that spawn down here are sticking to their path of going down this way and over here. So they're just getting eradicated when they get to this spot. These traps, because this has been hit a lot, these traps are all wearing out. So you'll see there's not a lot here. So they are getting up. But they're all dying to these traps. They're not really getting up to this spot. Mini boss was here, but if you look, we only have a few husks that are actually getting to this area. 5 husks have reached this point, so it's all in all pretty good. I don't really think there's much to be concerned about. I think this path here is the worst at this stage, considering all over here is still trapped out. So anything spawning in on this little area here, they have to kind of find their way through this. And I have this all trapped out to block that path. So there's not really anywhere for them to go over here. So those spawns aren't anything. The only path really is this path, and just because it's been hit a few times. But yeah, I think this is a win, which is nice. But I'm pretty sure we can claim the victory on this one. I don't think in the next minute and a half they're going to do much to get through here. I think we need to flex on them a little more. It'd be really good if the endurance numbers showed properly on this, but minor details. Ooh, he tried to get me. No way. Yeah, come on through. This is solid. So yeah, can you do a one-trap Plankerton endurance? A one-trap schematic Plankerton endurance? Yes, you can. You can very effectively, actually. But instead of it being floor spikes, we're using the darts. Yeah, and see these ones over here, they haven't done anything. They spawn in and die. This part of the 360 spawn really was weak. Yeah, so them spawning on the roof was really weird that first time, but yeah, wave 30. All right, I think we need to do the accolades again. Cheers. Boom. Not a single amp damage. Darts only. Plankerton endurance. Thank you. All right, that's the video today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed as much as I do. Hope you can learn some things, see some weird ass stuff that probably shouldn't be done, but I do it anyway. But thank you again for watching. Thank you for the support. Thank you for all the nice comments. Have yourself a great day. I'll catch you around.